Hi everyone, I am Nu-Trix the Synth Guy, and today I'm answering finally a request from a couple of my subscribers asking me to demo how the D-05 sequencer works. So it's pretty interesting. There's actually two things in it. There's the arpeggiator that kind of hides in the same place as the sequencer, and there's the sequencer, which is a step sequencer. The two of them can work together. You can actually use them simultaneously, and it could be a cool thing to do because imagine you could have, let's say, a step sequence playing lower tones, and for the upper tone you would have, let's say, your arpeggiator that you play live. So the two could play at the same time, and it's pretty powerful. That's pretty cool. So a couple of things to remember first is that you can actually have up to 64 steps if you want in the step sequencer. So let's go and together and I'll show you how it works. We'll start with the arpeggiator, then we'll switch to the step sequencer. Okay, go on. Before we're going into the sequencer, let's try go shift and sequencer, and we go into the arpeggiator. So you have a choice of the switch you want to be on or off. So you turn on the arpeggiator and then you see the tempo playing here. I'm going to play that note. Actually, to listen to a sound correctly, let's go back, exit. Let's pick a sound that have, I don't know. Okay, we hear that. I'm just playing 3 notes, it goes through them. Okay, let's go back in it, go shift sequencer. And then you have the switch on, the tempo here. You can click here to select that one, and then you should be able to switch here between up. Let's say I press 3 notes. Up and down, down, 2 octave, up and down 2 octave, down 2 octave, and that's it. Okay, these are the different, actually 6 types of arpeggiator. Next one, you go with this little arrow, you go to the next one. You've got the scale. Scale is basically the length of the notes. So again, press this one. So they're faster, shorter notes, 32 faster notes, and then with triplets. Actually, you have 4, 8, 16, 32, a quarter note with a triplet, eighth of a note with a triplet, and then the next one, 16, and that's it. Stop there. So let's go back to 8. Okay, next one here is hold. Do you want it to hold? It means that you're going to press the 3 keys, and then my fingers are free to play something else, and it holds these notes. So they could be used for some type of a bass line if you want, and you can press and it all plays alone. And if you add, which the cool thing here is that cool thing is that if you actually play one key, press another one, and if you add notes while you're still pressing the first one, it's just going to add them to your sequence of the arpeggiator. If you release the keys and then you press again, it's going to take these as the new notes you want to play. So I can press 1, add a second one, add a third one, and the velocity also changes. If I release, it's gone. Okay, because now it was not in hold. Press again, and we'll switch back to the original. So that was for the arpeggiator. Okay, so let's go now to sequencer. Press on sequencer. When you get into sequencer, you have the play mode here. You have the select of the pattern, because you can save these patterns. And then there's something interesting. You can save them with the sound or without the sound. So there's a difference in how you're going to use that, because if you save these patterns with the sound, it means that it's basically when you load them back up, you will load the pattern and the sound. So that's useful, especially when you link that to a song, knowing that in that song you're going to use that sound with that pattern. So, or the way you work is that you load bunch of patterns, and then you select the sound you want. So you separate the memory of the patterns and sounds. So it's just a matter of how you work, but you have the choice of making one or the other. In this case, you see the tempo. If you press play and you see where it is in the sequence with the little black steps moving around. Okay. If you want to take them off, just mute some of them. Press the one you want to mute. Okay, so this is a very fast way to mute them. That's it. If you want to enter these notes, it's pretty simple. You press on it and you keep your finger on it. You will see the information. Either you do it by hand. You can change the gate here. If you want to change the other one, see here there's 3 notes playing because it's polyphonic, so you can record more than one note. So you go on I go on my keyboard and I enter my 3 notes on the keyboard, and there I just press 1. There's only 1. Okay, so it's you decide by pressing 1 key what's going to be there, and so then if you press play, okay, that was really bad, but you get the idea. Now you can go here, and of course it's going to record also with the velocity. What's interesting here is if you press 1, let's say these are my 3 notes I'm going to play. I want this to hold up to 4, so I'm going to press 1 to 4. Okay, so if I press play now, and I want to do the same thing here, so I'm going to press that one. Okay, and I'm going to press that one, this one to this one. So it's going to take that note and tie it to up to note number 8. Press play again. Okay, so that's a cool way to enter stuff. And as you see, I don't even have a keyboard here, so I'm using a MIDI keyboard just to send the information in, and it works. So it could be with any MIDI information keyboard you have. Okay, so that's for getting the notes in rapidly for your 16 steps. Now, if you want to get more, values here, you can go into shift, and you see you get step, record, and parameter. If you go steps, record, and you say rest and tie, and then you're going to see this information resting. I'm just going to type 1 note at a time, and it's going to go through the steps. And press play, and then so the note that just entered randomly. Okay, so it's another way. If you, instead of programming it 1 at a time like I did, like pressing this and then this to that, and then this, and pressing, and this to that. So these are recording manually, and then these were step recorded 1 at a time. Okay, you go back to shift, you get step record again. Whoops, battery low, not a cool thing. So I'm back after changing batteries. And then I lost my sound, so I've got a new sound. I'm going to shift. If I go shift, step record again, I can enter my. Okay, press play. And I like these 2 together. I like these 2 together. I like these 2 together. These 2 together. Okay. It's easy to change, and then I want to have, I don't know, this one's going to be empty, this one to be empty, so. Whatever, okay, so really quick to enter these in. If I press shift again, I've got parameter here, which is interesting. Parameter, then you've got the length and scale. Now, I brought it down to 1, meaning it's going to play just 1 step. You can then up to 16, which is the default value, which is 16 step. But I mean, let's say I bring it back to 6 if I press play, exit, play. That's it. It just plays these. I'm going to shift parameter again, and then change the scale. And I'm going to bring up, either go increment, length, increment. You have the 16, but you can then go up to 32. And you see when you go 32 and 48 and 64, these section here appears to show you where you are in the song. In the first 16 steps or the second 16 steps. So every time you can only see 16 here, but you have these value here where you see them, you know, where you are in the song. So, and if you switch here, you've got the shuffle mode for the whole sequence and the gate mode for general gating. So if you go here and bring it down, actually let's go back here, bring back the length to 16 so we hear what we're doing. So what's the next one? Gate, see, everything is short. It's a global gate, okay? And shuffling, well, this is just bad because it doesn't fit with that song, but yeah, that's what it is. Then you have rest or skip. It means these black notes here, if I turn them off, I'm just going to skip them. It's going to play only the one that are lit. It's going to change the rhythm. If you press and move it to rest, they're part of the timing, so they become rest. Okay. Then what's cool about this is the order it's going to play. Where I'm playing in forward mode, you can change that to backward mode, classic step sequencer stuff. Increment again, you're going to play forward, backward, forward, and backward. Okay. Another one is going to be same thing, but it goes always. So it doesn't go. Next one is random. And it's going to play all the notes around the 16 or whatever steps you have. How many steps you have? It's going to play them randomly. Okay. Let's say we combine this with skip. So it could be interesting. Okay, and last one, that's it. That's the random one. The next one here, the last one is start step and end step. So I've got my 16 steps here. If I press start, I can start and say start will be, actually start will be this one, 4. So I'm going to start at 4, and my end step is going to be 10. It only plays from 4 to 10. So it's a question of, you know, you might want to do a section that you want to play. So it's pretty interesting how powerful this little step sequencer can be. But I find that it's easy for me to, instead of pressing increment, I press edit. Well, in this case, it's okay. But sometimes you just press on the wrong one. Like decrement, you press exit, and then you get out of it. So, and clear, you can just erase. You know, are you sure? You need to press exit. So I'm just to be sure that I'm not gonna erase this, and then it goes back to the loop of the menu. That's it. So that's it. This is how the step sequencer or the Arpeggiator works. I hope you actually enjoy this. I hope it gives you ideas on how to make your own songs. If you make any loops with that and you want us to listen to them, put them in the comments. If you like what I'm doing, thumb up. And if you want to follow me, I'm also on YouTube, of course, Facebook, Instagram. I've got my website on Nu-Trix.com. The link should be somewhere here. So that's it, guys. See you soon.